Theo and Danny, former gaming partners, meet at a bar where they flirt with women. Theo meets Roxette. Years later, at Theo's house, they play a virtual reality game, Striking Vipers. 11 years pass, and Theo and Eve host a barbecue for Theo's 38th birthday. Danny arrives, revealing he and Daisy broke up a year prior. Danny gives Theo the newest version of Striking Vipers as a gift, including the VR add-ons needed to play, and they plan to play together. Eve teases Theo into trying the new VR game, Striking Vipers X. He reluctantly agrees, inserting the chip and attaching the device. Inside the game, Theo becomes Lance and encounters Roxette, only to discover Danny is controlling her and is now a woman. An intense fight between Lance and Roxette culminates in a passionate kiss, causing Theo to immediately exit the game, deeply disturbed. Back in the real world, Theo is unsettled by the experience, washing his face and unable to sleep next to his wife, Eve. The next day, after an awkward morning with Eve and their son Tyler, Theo seems disoriented at work. Later, while playing pinball at home, Theo receives and accepts another invitation from Danny to play Striking Vipers X. As Theo prepares to re-enter the game, viewers are left to wonder what consequences his actions will bring. Theo and Danny, as Lance and Roxette, then meet on a beach in the game and kiss passionately as Theo's eyes glaze over. The men then sit by the cliff face overlooking the water, where Roxette expresses dissatisfaction with being gay and gets mad when Lance asks what he feels. Roxette disconnects, and Theo's son Tyler enters the room. Theo and Eve go through the motions of their day, further estranged, and then she tells him that her period has arrived. Later, Theo is shown at a work meeting. Theo's dissatisfaction grows as he washes dishes and immerses himself in the virtual reality game Striking Vipers X, where he experiences an intense, sensual connection with the character Roxette. This connection bleeds into his real life, affecting his intimacy with Eve, who desires another child. During a strained dinner, Eve confronts Theo about his emotional distance and suspects infidelity, which he denies. Hurt and feeling rejected, Eve leaves Theo at the restaurant. Eve seeks solace at a bar, where a man offers her a drink, but she leaves alone. Back home, Eve's attempts at intimacy are rebuffed as Theo chooses the game over her, leading her to question if he even desires her. Theo calls Danny, confessing he is not with it, and wants to think of Eve, but rejects Danny's suggestion to limit their game sessions. 7 months later, Eve is pregnant. Eve observes Theo playing with their child, Tyler, in the yard while he secretly texts Danny that he can't play because it's his wedding anniversary. Overwhelmed and distraught, after a party at his apartment, Theo puts on sunglasses and screams, receiving texts from Danny asking where he is at and to join him in the game. Eve, pregnant, gifts Theo a Roxy chocolate bar for his birthday and announces she's invited Danny to dinner, disturbing Theo. Theo is further agitated during dinner as Eve recounts past experiences involving drugs, making him uncomfortable. Eve's mention of dessert leads to Theo and Danny discussing the Striking Vipers game and their past virtual experiences, with Danny suggesting they play again. Danny's insistent pleas to relive their virtual intimacy, which he calls transcendent, deeply unsettle Theo. After a tense goodbye, Theo, alone and conflicted, re-enters the virtual world. The scene cuts to a virtual encounter between Lance and Roxette, filled with intimacy and argument. Waking from the game, Theo checks his phone, then later arrives at a year club in the rain, where he confronts Danny, revealing an unresolved attraction that leads to a heated makeout session. However, the physical encounter fails to recapture their virtual experience, and a subsequent fight erupts, ending with the police arriving. Eve picks Theo up from the police station, concerned about the altercation. Back home, after attending a birthday party, Theo and Eve share a brief moment of connection before he retreats back into the game. The segment concludes with Theo seemingly lost in the virtual world, while Danny lies alone in the dark.